right, here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Boom and welcome to the.
There she
You got a little
is.
cold there today.
Wow.
Welcome to the Big Honker Podcast. I'm Jeff Stanfield with the world famous Andy Shaver. This is the football pick'em brought to you by Mitch Hall Chevrolet in Haskell, Texas.
Yes, sir, it is.
Great customer service. Blake had something go down wrong with the truck you bought in Nebraska. It was going to be about 3 weeks to get a part in. Lance and the crew over at Mitch Hall got him in and out, and I think he gets his truck today in about 8 days.
Wonderful.
Good customer service in today's world of not being able to get shit.
True.
So anyways, with us today, our special guest is Ryan Thrash. Ryan talked to me about fantasy football about 5 years. You'd come into court and visit with me sometimes. He's a police officer, so. Anyways, he always talked fantasy football all the time. And he always bragged about he wins all the time.
He does.
And by God, he is whipping some ass this year.
Congratulations. I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively congratulate you on winning the Stud Farm League or the Baller League. So congratulations on that.
I appreciate that.
You know, just humble brag.
I got something to say about that still. We may have to play.
I don't know if you want to go up against him, Jeff.
He's got a hell of a team. You built a hell of a team. I'm telling you, friend. And before we get into this, I'm going to update a pick that I think is a legit Super Bowl contender in the NFC now. I think the Rams, now that they got their wide receivers back, are going to be really, really tough to beat.
And that division is wide open right now.
100%.
Yeah. And they're going to overtake Washington for that playoff spot, or they're going to win the division, I think. But they really, when Nakua and fucking Cooper are there and Kyron Williams, they are very, very, very good.
I think the sleeper team in that NFC could be the Cardinals.
I don't think so.
I don't
think Kyler Murray can win when it counts.
You got Anthony Richardson in your lineup right now.
Yes, that's a good pickup.
It is. But you got Stafford on your bench.
He's playing
Stafford's hot.
Who's your other quarterback?
Lamar Jackson.
God.
And Bryce Young.
Well, Bryce Young's another one that's really improved.
He has came on since they benched him. I think he learned his lesson.
Yeah. Lamar is a great regular season quarterback.
Yeah, terrible. Well,
Payne and me argue about this all the time because Payne really likes Lamar, and he tells me that Lamar gets a bad rap, and he said Lamar did not fumble against the Chiefs last year. Zay Flowers did, and he's right.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's a different game if it does. But that's the Chief, and they got that satanic curse that's helping their team.
The only thing I frown upon my team is Lamar plays the Steelers.
Yeah.
I think in the championship round.
They own him.
And exactly.
And you're a Steeler fan.
Yes.
So how does a Steeler fan end up in Mundy, Texas?
I've always been a Steeler fan since I grew up. My dad was a Steeler fan. He said he grew up watching them beat the Cowboys.
Those were good days in the 70s. Me too.
And his dad was a Cowboys fan, so he always loved seeing his get under his dad's skin. So.
Win against the old man.
I understand that. Just to jack with somebody and it becomes a deal. Yeah, I understand that completely.
What did you think whenever they took Russell Wilson this year?
I thought it was a good pickup. I texted Jeff. And
I thought she was crazy too. I think Ryan's drinking now. There's no way.
Mike Tomlin has a way to get in the best out of the players. You look at Antonio Brown, how good he was to get traded. Terrible. There's been several instances where Juju Smith,
James Harrison. He's a great coach. Pittsburgh's one of them teams that there ain't nobody wants to play them in the playoffs because they run the ball. It's going to be shitty weather in January. It's supposed to be crappy weather. They run the ball and they play great defense.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And they have a typical Pittsburgh team. There's not anybody that's going to make the playoffs if they got hot and went to the Super Bowl that would really, really shock me in either division.
No.
The Redskins probably are the one I think is a year or two away. That would probably be the only team that's going to probably make the playoffs. Same as Arizona. I don't think Arizona is that team this year either, but I think everybody else has got a shot. In the AFC, I don't. Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, Baltimore. Am I leaving somebody out?
No, but the Chiefs look got to run out at some point.
I think so too. I don't think Kansas City, but any of those
Everybody
teams.
keeps saying that.
But every one of those teams, it's kind of like if San Francisco finds a way to win out the rest of this year and squirrels into that last spot, you better watch out for them because they got a good coach.
Yeah, I don't think they have the tools this year.
I don't think they do either. Now they got this problem with Debo.
I was going to say he's taking a big step back.
I made 2 trades in one league this year. I traded for DeAndre Swift with Jeff. Horrible, which I gave away Laporta.
That hadn't helped me much either.
It hadn't helped him. And then I traded Flacco for Debo.
Well, that
5 points a week out of Debo.
Yeah.
So I guess out of 0 for Flacco now that he's back on the bench. But
he won that trade, but not
by much. Not by much.
A pretty ugly year that way. All right.
That's the way it goes whenever I make trades.
Here's the standings right now. Andy's has had 159 wins. The guest is at 148. and I'm behind that at 144. So
okay.
I am in big trouble. We've got about 7 weeks left.
Not really. You can make a run on the guess.
We're gonna.
Make a run
Are we
on
playing
me.
college football this week or next week?
Next week.
Next
right?
week. Okay. Before we get into this, Ryan, your pick. Who do you think's going to win the college championship?
Looking at the bracket, I really think Notre Dame's got a great chance. They got the easiest way.
Ooh.
I would laugh at you, except you've been right on most of your other stuff.
And
I saw another guy pick Notre
I
Dame
think
too.
Texas will get upset
By-
first round.
You think Texas gets beat by
Clemson.
Clemson? I don't.
Home State quarterback comes back to play in Texas. They're 5-star receivers from Midlothian, where we came back from.
I just don't think that Texas's defense. I think their defense wins that game. I think Texas has got the easiest deal because of their defense, not because of Quinn Ewers for sure. But I think Arizona State and in Clemson, offensively, are going to have trouble against Texas.
Yes.
Now, I am damn sure home biased on that. I don't think Texas is going to win it because it just ain't going to walk that way. But I think those 2 games they win.
Well, underdog is I hope SMU gets at least 1 or 2 rounds in.
Right. I had waterboard last night, and one of the guys on the waterboard played for SMU back in '66 when they won the Southwest Conference or whatever. And anyway, he basically said, they're undersized, and you get into this round, and you start getting later and later, and you start running across some big boys. But he said they won in '66 with speed and not with a whole lot of size.
Different game.
Different game. But their practice field was next to Mrs. Baird's baking facility. He said to this day he can't eat Mrs. Baird's. He's like, that air was just so thick at that practice field, and it's hot already. And he's like, I can't eat Mrs. Baird's bread.
Is SMU better off to have gone to a New Year's Day bowl in a game they could win than they are to go and get throttled by Penn State if that happens?
I think you're probably right. They were probably better off going to a bowl game. They could.
Right.
Yeah, I mean,
they're rebuilding right now.
I saw they've got one of the top 10 kids in the country signed with them. They got deep pockets.
Yes.
I mean, if you don't know much about SMU, it's a private school in Dallas, Texas that's got Ivy League money. And a lot of Ivy League type kids go there. And football it's in Texas. They're going to pay a lot of money, so they're recruiting really good. And they're going to be a factor from now on. They won the ACC in their first, or I guess they didn't win ACC. No. They got second, but it's been a hell of a year for them. But I think I think they're overmatched. I think they can score on anybody, but I don't think they can stop anybody from scoring.
Yeah,
and that's going to hurt them because they can't play with this school's a big defense. I think got screwed on the deal more than anything was Ohio State and Tennessee.
Yes.
I mean, you make the playoffs. That's not an easy game for either team. That's a tough bracket, and then Oregon has to play the winner of that.
Yes.
So Oregon did not get a deal either. The seeding is really jacked up. I told Andy the 5th seed's got the best seed in the whole deal.
Yes.
He said they made $10 a day in laundry at SMU when he played.
They made $10 a day and laundry.
And they got laundry.
So they got $300 a month. That's still pretty good money in 1966
back in 66.
Not to be playing football. I think NIL's ruined football. I think college football, it's made it a pro. I'm enjoying it. I like it but it's super conferences. And I feel sorry for the small schools that are not, and not even small schools, just Division I schools that have got a player out there and they don't have a big base to pay a lot of money. And that kid, if he's good, is going to go somewhere else.
Yeah, it's like Arkansas. We have 21 transfers going in the transfer portal so far.
21 kids are going in?
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Mahomes was a freshman or sophomore now? Now, when he was at Tech, he was really, really good. Nobody saw what he was going to do in the pros, but he was a very good quarterback. And he would have Tech been able to keep him, you think?
He played that air raid offense so well.
Yeah.
Yep.
He had that big arm,
but would they have been able to keep him?
Yeah. They're losing everybody to the transfer portal this year.
You know?
I don't know how many
5-star.
He would end up at OU probably because OU picked up everybody else's players like that, and that would have been the way.
Let's see.
Well, it's like all our players transfer from Arkansas. They always go to Ole Miss, and there's a joke going around Twitter right now that's saying that we're a good farm program for Ole Miss.
Lane Kiffin is really disappointed with the system, how it worked, and I don't blame him. I think he's got a top 12 team in the country too. The best 12 teams are not playing in the playoffs, but you can't take 12 teams and take 9 out of them out of 2 conferences.
Yes.
I think Indiana is very overrated, and they may win the whole damn thing, but I just don't see it happening. I don't think they physically can play with those teams.
Right. And that's why I picked Notre Dame, because they play in Indiana first round. If they win there, they'll play Boise State in the second round.
See, they got an easy match should have.
Yes, should have.
I had a guy here that was an All-American receiver at Notre Dame, just left here last week at this time was here. Great guy. And we talked about that. Now, he's very biased too. He's Notre Dame, All-American at Notre Dame. And he told me, he said, this is the best team we've had in a long time because he said we have tons of team speed.
Yes.
He goes, a lot of speed. So we'll see. And I like Notre Dame. I don't have nothing against them. I love them back days when the Catholics and the convicts played, when it was University of Miami and Notre Dame when Lou Holtz was coaching.
It says 11 have entered the transfer portal from Tech, but they've lost. I mean, most of them are 5-star recruits. So
See what Sark told his players?
You, Andrew, don't come back.
Yep, you're done. You put your name in that pot, you might as well just go on somewhere else. I don't care if you get a scholarship or not. You're not playing that game with us.
And I think it's a great way to build a culture.
Well, it's easy for him to do it at Texas because they got the money and stuff. You know, that fucker that's playing at Wake Forest that does his players that way. Like, fuck, who gives a shit?
Well, there's a team, Marshall. I think they fired their coach, and then all their players are going to enter the transfer portal.
Oh, really? Because they like the coach?
Yeah, they were upset about the coach.
You gotta protect. You gotta back your guy.
Before we get into the pick'em, did you see all the Cowboy players are coming out for McCarthy?
Yes.
And Stephen Jones has said that they really, really like McCarthy, and the players do. Yeah. So, as a non-Dallas Cowboy fan, come on back, Mike. I'd love that. Yep.
Keep it up.
I want him to hire Dion because that's a fire fixing to happen. But I think Shedeur Sanders is going to end up with the Giants.
I think of the Raiders. I think the Raiders are #1 pick right now, and every time they lose,
right,
he tweets, "Thank you, God."
Well, as someone that I don't care if the Raiders are, my youngest son likes the Giants, so I pull for them kind of because it makes him happy. But that would be better for the Giants because they'd get Cam Ward, and I think Cam Ward's a better quarterback. Yes. Another Texas kid. Yeah. Shedeur Sanders, Texas kid. Cam Ward's a Texas kid, and one of the other quarterbacks I think is a Texas kid. Two of the Heisman Trophy winners are Texas kids, or up for it. Who are the kids that are up for the Heisman? Oh, Cam Ward and the kid from Boise State.
Yes, he's from Frisco.
That kid might be the best player in the draft. I watched him the other day. Have you seen him play?
A little bit.
He's Saquon Barkley. I mean, that's what he looks like. He's legitimate. I always say, don't waste a draft pick on a running back. He might be worth taking. He's got that kind of. He's a Breece Hall looking guy. Okay, here we go. First game, the L.A. Rams at San Francisco.
So I picked first. So we'll go in order of rankings.
Yes.
So it's me, you, and then Jeff.
Okay.
Give me the Rams, and that is going to be my upset for the week.
Wow. I will take the 49ers.
I think 49ers, I expect if you play FanDuel or anything, this is the week to take Debo because he's going to have about 10 catches for about 230 yards and 4 touchdowns probably because they're going to feed the ball to him to make him happy. So I'm going to take the 49ers also.
They did last week with Kittle. Kittle went off last week.
And I think Brock Purdy is the most underrated quarterback in the NFL. I think he's very, very, very good, and he's going to be a wealthy, wealthy man. Him and Sam Darnold both are going to get pretty big paychecks, I think. Kansas City at Cleveland.
Okay, give me Kansas City.
Give me the Browns. Chiefs look at it run out at some point.
At some point it does.
The Devil's lettuce is they're definitely in the middle of that.
And it's at Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Cleveland. No, just the Devils got them. They you look at the ways they've won this year. Block field goals, missed field goals, offsides by somebody else, bullshit calls, and then a guy doinking the ball off the crossbar. But the thing is, if you give Mahomes the ball at the end of the game, he's the best there is.
Yep.
Best quarterback, I just don't think their offense is
I heard a stat the other day. So Josh Allen had like 450 yards of offense. He's done that 9 times in his career.
What are they, like 2 and 7? Probably?
He has a losing record when he has 450 yards. Mahomes has done it 14 times. He's 12 and 2.
Yeah, because the difference is Buffalo don't have no defense.
Whatever it is.
Well, no, but I mean, they scored how many points the other day and they lost?
Yeah, 42.
42.
Yeah, and they lost. And it's not Josh Allen's fault.
Nope.
No.
The guy's a stud.
He is.
He is an amazing.
I thought it was crazy. I think it was last week before where he caught the
pass. Catch. Yeah, he got a recorder for a pass and a catch.
The most amazing stat is Jared Goff. When he throws 5 interceptions, his team's 8-0.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Who would have ever thought that?
Keep throwing those interceptions. Yeah. But it's sad because I think that window is going to close on Josh Allen.
I think so too.
Cincinnati at Tennessee.
So that's way down there. Give me Cincinnati. They're getting hot. They're playing for a playoff spot.
They ain't got a chance in hell.
They got a 2% chance in hell.
Well, 98%
saw it last night. I saw it on Monday night.
Washington at New Orleans.
Yeah, give me the Commanders. They're also playing for a playoff spot.
Give me the Commanders. Saints are without Derek Carr.
That's my lock, too. My boys. Baltimore at New York Giants.
This is my lock. Ravens.
Well, you're going out on a line.
This is the same here. This is my lock.
Dallas at Carolina. Is Carolina really favored?
Yes.
They are about 2.5. This is the first time I saw this. This is the first time in 2 years Carolina's been favored in a game. Give me the Cowboys.
Give me the Cowboys, and this is my upset.
I'm taking the upset too on that. I can't imagine Dallas get beat by Carolina. But Bryce Young has played a lot better lately.
And I can see Bryce Young coming out and handing it to the Cowboys.
And you know what's going to be interesting is if he keeps playing halfway like he is now, they're not drafting a quarterback.
No,
they're going to draft that kid from Texas, that offensive tackle. They're smart. New York Jets at Jacksonville.
No Trevor Lawrence. Give me the Jets.
I'm going with the old man Rodgers.
Yeah.
He's looked like his old self the last week.
He is. They said he's got a hamstring tear, an MCL strain, and a high ankle sprain.
He's done.
Old father time.
Miami at Houston.
Okay. Give me the Texans.
Who's favored in that one?
3 by the
Houston.
Texans.
Ooh. And they're playing in Houston. Give me the Dolphins. Their offenses are just...
Mendoza can kiss my ass. I'm taking Miami too. Indianapolis at Denver.
Yeah, give me the Donkeys. I guess I got to be more specific. Give me the Broncos.
I was going to say there. Give me Bo Nix and the Broncos.
I'm taking them too, Denver. Buffalo at Detroit. What a football game this is going to be. This could be 65-64.
Should be the Sunday night game.
If it's not, that's a mistake.
It's not.
It's not. It's 3:30.
Oh, wow. Well,
It's the game of the week, they call it.
okay, yeah.
But I would much rather it be a nighttime game.
Give me the Bills. I like Josh Allen.
I'm going to take the Bills as well.
Can't go against freaking Detroit. They're damn good.
But their defense is hurt. They got, I think 9 players on the IR on defense.
And they still play good every week.
Yeah.
Aaron Glenn's done a good job. Both of their coordinators would be smart to stay in Detroit.
100%.
I've seen where Ben Johnson, their offense coordinator, said he was not going to a head coaching job unless the front office admits their mistakes and is willing to give them more power.
He can stay right there and make $5 million a year, and he's in a great spot. And why less headaches? I hope he stays there just for their sake. And I think Aaron Glenn's the same way. What job are you going to take that's going to come up that's any good? I mean, the Chicago Bear job is a good job.
Yes.
That is one job that would be a very, very good job. That is the most enticing job out there. Yeah.
I've heard Kingsbury's linked to
I've heard that. I've heard
I've heard that too.
The Cowboys.
I hope Dallas hires his ass also. If you want to be mediocre, hire Kingsbury. Pittsburgh at Philly. Ooh, this would be a good game right here too. We got some good games.
Battle of Pennsylvania.
And then the Monday night games, they got her shit.
Give me Philly.
Yeah, I can't pick against the Steelers.
Can't do it. They're calling for Jalen Hurts to lose his job in Philly. I don't know why.
They'd be stupid
because he's averaging 150 yards passing, but it's also look at the point they got Saquon now. You're
right, right.
Who's calling for it? The people at ownership? No, they're happy.
No,
they're running a high school offense and they're winning.
The fans are pissed.
AJ Brown's throwing a fit too.
Yeah. But what? It doesn't make sense. Your goal is to win football games.
Yep.
And that's what he does. He's a running quarterback. They're running basically the single wing offense that we ran in high school is what they run.
And you got Saquon who's averaging
he's the
however
MVP.
Many yards a game.
Would you rather Josh Allen all them yards and lose?
Right.
Well, and they're winning too all the time.
Yeah.
But Philly's stupid if they get rid of him. He's played a great game. Okay, New England at Arizona.
Oh, where the hell is that? Oh, Arizona.
Yeah, give me the Cardinals.
And Drake May looks like he's a pretty good ball player too.
They have no weapons at all.
Tampa Bay at the LA Chargers. Another great game.
Do they know anything about Herbert?
I think
he
he's
got
playing.
dinged up.
I think he's
He's
playing.
gonna play. He finished the game.
Give me the give me the Bucks.
Give me the Chargers.
I'm taking the Bucks too. Fucking Baker Mayfield just is amazing.
Harbaugh just likes to control time of possession, run the ball.
He's very good, and a couple of breaks, and the Chargers are
Yeah, they're up there.
That's crazy. I'm gonna right back to the Chiefs real quick. One of the things that I think I see as a problem for Kansas City and everybody that I got so many people that give me hate mail over the Chiefs anyways because I rip on them all the time, is that how many times Mahomes is getting hit now? He hasn't been hit much, but that can catch up to him.
Well, they play the Steelers in 2 weeks.
That's I thought Pittsburgh or Buffalo would continue to win, and that Pittsburgh would beat Kansas City, and that the Chiefs wouldn't have home field advantage. But if you play in Pittsburgh, you play in Buffalo, or you play in Kansas City, it's the same elements.
Yeah, you're outside.
Yep. Green Bay at Seattle.
Give me the Cheeseheads. Every time I pick against the Seahawks, it bites me in the ass. But
well, then I'll pick the Seahawks.
I mean, it always does.
I'm going to take Green Bay. Chicago at Minnesota.
Glad this is Monday night. This will be a fun game. The Vikings.
Yeah, give me Sam Darnold and the Vikings.
They're another team that just finds a way to win. They don't look pretty, but they win all the time. Atlanta at Las Vegas has to be the ugliest Monday night game ever.
I completely didn't flex that.
I'm glad there's 2 games there, so we don't have to watch that one.
Oh,
Kirk, I'm fucking terrible Cousins. He's on his way out too. I think Michael Penix will be their quarterback here pretty quick.
I think the last 2 weeks or 3 weeks I've seen where he's like 0 touchdowns and like 8 interceptions.
It is. It's exactly right. Passer rating like -32.
But the Raiders are starting their 3rd or 4th quarterback.
Yeah, because O'Connell broke his leg, right?
So it's going to be the Falcons' old quarterback,
Desmond Ridder. Yep.
Desmond Ridder. Yeah, I got to go with the Falcons for that.
Yeah, Falcons just have too much weapons.
This will be one of them games that Kirk Cousins will throw for 500 yards probably. So,
and that's what throws me off about the Falcons. They have Kyle Pitts, and they do not.
He's not used at all. Terrible. He's going to go somewhere else, and he'll be like Mark Ingram when he left the Giants, and we'll be
two coaching regime. I can't say the word.
He's either
have not used Kyle Pitts, so either I don't know what
don't work. There's something wrong, or they're just stupid. Yeah. Right. I mean, it's one of the two. Okay, before we get off here, your pick for the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl. Don't want to be a homer here, but I'm going to
take Pittsburgh.
No, I'm not going to take Pittsburgh. No. I'm going to take the Bills. I think we're going to see the Bills and Eagles. And then I think the Bills will end up winning.
Andrew?
I don't hate that. I like the Bills. I like the Bills a lot. I don't know. I just don't think that the Mahomes magic is going to run out. So it's hard to bet against Kansas City, especially when you get to the playoffs. They just seem to have the Bills' numbers every single year for whatever reason.
They're turning it into the Tom Brady dynasty where everybody roots against them.
100%.
Yes.
100%. Like that's so crazy that you start winning too much and everybody's like, fuck those guys. Yes. I don't want to root for them. But yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Like Big Ben and the Tom Brady always go back and forth, and they always killed us in the playoffs.
Yep. But anyway, I hope it's the Bills, but I would not be shocked if it's the Chiefs. And then the NFC, Lions are playing really good right now. Just got to overcome Coach Meathead going for it on 4th down all the time.
Yeah.
And said there was no hesitation. He was going to go for it regardless.
I think that's going to be a real good game if the Eagles-Lions match up. Both can run the ball. Both can play defense. Yeah,
the Lions will have to get healthy, though, to stop Saquon. And, I mean, who knows? We'll see. All right, we're going to get out of here. Jeff's on his phone, so good luck, everybody.
Yeah, I'm checking with the hunters. All right, thank y'all. God bless y'all. Peace. Have a Merry Christmas. Don't forget to buy shopping. Bye.